I grew up in Minnesota from a large family, the youngest of 12 children.
When I turned 18, as soon as I could move away from home, it was like, oh, I don't have to do this anymore. And that's really what I thought. I thought, this is just an obligation that my parents have put upon me.
My mother, in particular, had very strong faith. My father had faith, but he didn't attend church regularly.
And I really had not connected for some reason, either because of my immaturity or maybe, didn't have the right education, but did not really give it a second thought. Once I left, I was gone.
We met in Phoenix in banking, and that really we had both been previously married. We met each other. We each had 2 children. We each had a son named Matt, which presents its own set of difficulties when you say, hey, Matt, or quit doing that, Matt. We raised our kids. We focused on all the things that we thought that mattered. Looking back on it now that I'm older, I was chasing what I thought was happiness.
So what happened was, usually when my mother would come to visit me, we had moved to actually Alabama at the time, and my mother would come and visit, and then I would obligatory take her to church. The priest that day said, I'm having these sessions for the next few days, and I want to invite anybody who's interested in asking a priest anything to come. If you've been away and you just want to know what the Catholic Church is doing today, I'd love to tell you, and it's going to be fun. We want to see you there. And when I left, I was kind of thinking about it, and then my mom said to me, she goes, you should go to that. And so I went, and from the very first moments that I was there, the priest had, he had his whiteboard, and he was writing, and he was explaining that there's, 2 billion Catholics worldwide, and just all the statistics on Catholicism and why we would want to be there and all the good things that the Catholic Church has done. And I was getting more and more excited listening to him talk, and I just was hanging on every word. I want to come back, and I want to go to confession, and I want to be here. I never missed Mass since that day, and it just couldn't get enough.
In the beginning, for me, it was more of what I thought support to Valerie, that clearly something had happened and it was good. She seemed very enthusiastic about it. I'm not a golfer. I had the time. I could still support her, go to church, and still catch the game, so it wasn't a big deal. In the beginning, it was out of more of what I felt would be moral support for her, because it seemed to be important. What happened over a period of probably 2-3 months, I started, really listening to the homilies, really starting to feel some things. I felt our relationship was getting stronger. We were talking more about faith and God, and applying that to our family situations, and I was applying that to work situations, and the Holy Spirit was beginning to work, which I really didn't recognize at the time. At one moment, and no one knows when that moment happens, but the Holy Spirit comes in, and you get that inkling. If you take advantage of it, you just don't know where it can take you.